Cadillac. For a long time, these cars have been made for older men. Older men who go down the boulevard with their wives that they had for over 20 years, smoke a cigar, and relax. But sometimes Cadillac likes to surprise us and make something absolutely extraordinary. This is a perfect example of what Cadillac can show just how to have a good time. And I don't mean by going to bingo. What I mean Whoa! So out of the grounds in Cadillac, we have a CTS, but it's not just any CTS. This is a CTS-V. And the difference between this and other CTSs is that this one has 640 horsepower, 630 pound-feet of torque, out of an 8-speed automatic transmission. But the things that this can do compared to the you don't get that out of a regular CTS. Not that. Matter of fact, what is in that is a 6.2 strapped on with a supercharged, with a 1.7 liter supercharger, and together they just produce noise. Yes, I know the fuel is low. We're all right. That's another thing about this car too. Be prepared to pay for gas, because unfortunately, as enjoyable as this car is, it will take a toll on your gas. Averaging about 14 miles to the gallon in the city, about 21 on the highway, and depending on how heavy that right foot is, it's way worse than that. And you gotta love what Cadillac's done with this car. They absolutely tune everything up like a dial. They upgraded the brakes, they upgraded the suspension. Well, it's got that magnetite suspension, and it's just a little bit more, I don't know, it just feels more responsive for some reason. Because I've driven other CTSs, and it doesn't read the road as well as this one does for some reason. I don't know if that's just a personal preference or whatever, but I'm going over this road right now, and it's going over it very well, and it's very smooth and comfortable. The competition that this car brings, I mean, I know me personally, I would like to compare it to, you know, the Hellcats and whatnot, but this is actually attacking more of like the BMW M5s, the AMG E63S. That's the territory that this is kind of attacking, because it's technically a luxury car. But that's not my business. That supercharger right there, that's my business. And I love how planted this thing feels, because yes, compared to a regular CTS, it does stand out a little bit wider. The fenders are a little bit wider, and obviously the tires and the way that they're stanced is a little bit wider. And it gives you that comfortable, confident level of just being able to turn in and yeah, it's just so planted. There's no body roll. It's just planted. Now, aside from it being an awesome performance car, you do get some decent convenient features in this car. You have this cool feature here on the digital display right here. You have a display of how close you are to the person in front of you, and it tells you in seconds too. It's actually pretty cool. Not only that, but you also have a G-force meter up here. You also have heads-up display. This particular trim that I'm in, I have the heated seat option. And there is an option where you can get cooled seats. However, it does take away these Recaro seats that you have back here. And about the Recaro seats too, it's heated and it's power operated. So that's another cool thing too, because we bougie like that. And another thing about the way this thing drives too, the transmission. The transmission's actually, it's I don't want to say it's quick. I will say when you're on automatic mode, when you're just kind of letting the car do its own thing, it's sometimes it can be a little wonky a little bit. The transmission, it does feel a little bit on the slow side. It does do these weird kind of like jerks as you're pushing on the accelerator. Also, the manual transmission is not as quick as you think. And the paddle shifters are nice though. It's a magnesium finish, and it gives a nice little feel for it. And actually here, let me go ahead and put it in manual mode right now so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. All right, here we go. Yep, go ahead and cut me off. You see, it doesn't shift as quick as you want it to go. And you know what? Let me do it some favor. Let me put it in track mode. See if that helps it out. It's not as quick as the newer stuff now, because obviously the new Corvette now, it's like bam, bam, bam. This, you can kind of tell its age just by the transmission, because it's a little bit on the slow side. Yeah, even downshifts, it's not as responsive as you might expect it to be. Yeah, even on those upshifts, it's not as responsive. But it's quick enough though, I'm not complaining. And honestly, it's really hard to complain in this car too, because they give you so much technology that it's hard to find one thing that is gonna annoy you, because they give you Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. They give you heated seats. They give you power operated seats. They give you a cool looking entertainment system over here. And the speakers, they sound amazing when you're listening to music, but why would you want to listen to the music when you can listen to a whole supercharger? And some say I'm still smiling to this day after driving this car, and it's actually true. One feature I did forget was this awesome parking feature where the camera pops up so that you could see what's going on in front. And also the material and just the quality of everything. It really felt like a German car. All the suede, the leather, just everything felt great about this car. And of course, this vehicle is for sale at mullenxford.com. So if you have the money to afford it, please buy it. It's amazing. And thanks for watching.